In this video, I take you along a day in the life of myself, a nature and wildlife photographer in Kodiak, Alaska. I find a dead gray whale, but I also like to photograph alive things. And then I get out of my comfort zone to photograph a waterfall. I'm 260 pounds. I did it. I got to the waterfall. Let's try it. Hopefully it's not poison. Oh, that is pretty good. All right, good morning, guys. We are here in my beautiful town of Kodiak, and it's early. Well, it's actually later than I wanted it to be. It is about 5 a.m. now. Heading out to what might be a dead gray whale on the beach over here at Shack. It's about an hour drive. Sometimes what happens when these whales wash up from whatever causes, you know, our gray whale migration comes through Kodiak, and there's hundreds of whales coming through. It's, you know, it's probably likely there will be a few that die along the way. So I'm not going to get into all that, but what I hope to see are animals feeding off the whale. Bears, foxes, eagles, and maybe we can get some really cool stuff today. So I'm excited to head out here and see what it looks like this morning. Got some coffee for my fuel. I got some fuel for the truck, and we are good to head out. I'm not 100% sure on the location, but I have a pretty good idea. Someone posted it in one of those local Facebook groups. So I'm excited to check this out and see what today has to offer for us. Man, this is one of those mornings where I might never reach my destination. It is really pretty, and I was stopping here at Middle Bay to fly my drone. I noticed a couple eagles sitting down on the ground. I don't know what happened. There's like 3 of them just sitting there. They're not really doing anything interesting, so I was hoping to get a photo. And I can't get any closer because it's all marsh. I tried walking down there. All right, we got what we call a Kodiak traffic jam here. Hey guys. How you guys doing today? Hi there. Hi, young ones. When were you born? A couple days ago? Hi, guys. Hi, cutie pies. Hi. Okay, big guy, you are in the way. There you go. You guys watch out, okay? I gotta get through. You guys know the drill. You guys know the drill. Watch out. You gotta watch out, okay? Well, you're not happy. You're not happy today? You're drooling? You're gonna ram my truck, aren't you? No, you'll just back off. There you go. That's it. Yeah. Bye, guys. Have a good day. Wow, look at you. Beautiful. Bye, guys. Thank you. Another pit stop I had to make. Behind me is this awesome looking A-frame cabin. I don't even think anyone lives there. Maybe they do, maybe they rent it out. Not sure. I think the owner passed away a few years ago or something. I used to take photos of it all the time, then I kind of just ended up driving past it. But I love this light on those mountains behind the cabin there. Really, really pretty. So I took out the 7200 and the Canon R5, and I'll be able to crop in. It's a 200, a little short. 400 will probably be a little too much. I'll try it here in a second. But yeah, that cabin is super duper aesthetic to that Alaska look. And like you guys can see, it is just like a beautiful morning. It's rare. I don't want to say rare. Sometimes we just have good summers, but you just never know. And sometimes we have bad summers. So I'll probably say, yeah, it's rare. that we get these kind of mornings here. All right, so pretty morning. I just got here. I'm gonna try to get this Mavic 4 Pro down the beach, see if we could find this whale. There was a guy parked up the road with a four-wheeler, and that was probably the spot that I wanted to go, but there's only like one spot you could park on that side of the road there, and really nowhere else to go besides a couple spots where people are camping. So I'm going to just send it up over here, see if I can find it, see what we can capture with the Mavic 4 Pro, see if we can find any wildlife. Bears would be awesome on this whale, so let's check it out. All right, so I just flew my drone towards the whale. I did find the whale. I actually got here just in time. Good lighting. The sun just kind of came up over here, so it actually paid off stopping a few times. I saw the whale. There was one guy parked in the spot, and he took up the whole like drive spot, so I couldn't park there, and he was just sitting there, and he ended up driving his four-wheeler up to the whale, which was pretty unfortunate. But I got some really cool shots, some nice cinematic shots, if you will. A bunch of eagles down there. You could see when that four-wheeler pushed them off, the eagles kind of all took off. There was a lot more than I could tell, but the drone was there for a while. Eagles weren't bothered. I was a few hundred feet up, and the eagles were fine until that four-wheeler came. So later on, I'll have a video about drones and wildlife, but as long as you aren't pushing animals away, basically, you're fine with your drone. It was really cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I got some nice shots. So some photos, videos. The only issue is a few things. 31 degrees out at the end of May. Today's May 31st, and it's 31 degrees, which is insane. It's probably gonna warm up once the sun comes out a little more, but yeah, on the way here, it was 31. So it actually feels a lot warmer right now than it did about 45 minutes ago. I'm going to see if I could find a way to get parked close to that guy. One nice thing about Alaska in the morning is if you're willing to get up really early, you can get a lot of things done and still be back in time before the rest of the world wakes up. Hopefully that was some good footage for you guys. I know I really enjoyed it. It was pretty cool to capture. You know, whales do die and things happen. If you do ever see a dead whale, you should call to report it. You know, it's just kind of good to know. They know about this one, so. Back up this drone. I got one battery left. I'm gonna see if I can do anything with it. I want that guy to leave on that four-wheelers. If he did, maybe I can get down there. And like, there's another spot I could technically park to get foot access to this, because I can't go from here. I gotta cross two rivers, and I don't have my waders with me. There is technically one more spot, but there's a bunch of campers there. Yeah, I didn't really feel like parking in between a bunch of people sleeping and whatnot. So, and I don't know them, and I don't want to leave gear in my truck. So anyway, that's an excuse that I have, I guess. All right, so I got my parking spot. I'm walking down this little trail here. That guy on the four-wheeler left, so I should have access to this whale, which I just am seeing it right now. I don't know if I can get down to the beach from here. I mean, that guy did on his four-wheeler, obviously, so there's a way. Should have brought bear spray. I mean, I haven't seen any bears. I actually never seen a bear out here, but I do know that they do come out here, and I know that because I've seen their footprints. So it'd be cool. I mean, I'm sure I'd be fine, I think, but you never know. Famous last words, right? All right, we made it down. it is pretty crazy to see how big they are. It's sad, you know, like these things have, you know, a heart, their life, they're living, and you know, hopefully it could at least, you know, feed some other animals. It is really, I don't know what happened here. Maybe this is where animals have been picking at it or something. I'm surprised there really are no bears here. Foxes taking off some of the stuff to eat. All right, so I've decided that I'm gonna photograph this whale. I'm not doing it for, you know, likes or anything. I'm doing it because I'm a wildlife photographer, and in wildlife, things aren't always happy-go-lucky. Moms dancing with their cubs, with bears, or kits with foxes. Things happen like this, and animals die. They wash ashore, and you know, something to just spread awareness for the whale. What you can do as a regular person if you encounter one, and you always want to call NOAA, call your local Fish and Game, let them know that you found one, and they can dispose of it properly, do some research, see why it died. They can do a lot of things, and you know, there are hundreds of whales out there right now. Just in the last 10 seconds, I saw like 20 spits of air or puffs of air. It just serves as a reminder that life is always thriving and always dying, and you just gotta live in the moment. Nothing has inspired me more to live in the moment than wildlife photography, and it's moments like this on a beautiful day to get outside. It's hoping to see some animals feeding off of it, and at least the whale could give life to other animals. But let's take a couple photos. They're not gonna be great or anything. I'm not worried about that. I just want to get some shots. Man, it's bright out now. As a wildlife photographer, like I said, sometimes things like that happen. But I also like to photograph alive things. And since I've been here, I've been hearing these semi-pollinated plovers, and I'm gonna see if I can find one. I saw a couple fly by, so we'll see if we get some shots of them. I love these birds, they're so fun to watch. I got a semi-pollinated plover over here, and I'm gonna try to get some shots. All right, so that's the dead whale. I got that plover, which was pretty cool. I'm gonna head back to town because part of my life is my family, and I do have a family, so gotta let them know I'm still alive. Probably end up doing something with them for a little bit. That good, Ella? Go play, little guy. Oh, the kayakers. Just leave them there. All right, we just went out to take the dogs and Ella and my wife here on a walk, and something we usually do on the weekends if it's not miserable weather. Clouds did come in, wind comes in, but not too bad. I wanted to take this moment here to say that this video has a sponsor, and that is Ella right here. She sponsored this video. She made her own wildlife masterclass. Okay, well, I made the wildlife masterclass. And if you guys want to learn wildlife photography or videography, learn Lightroom, Premiere Pro, or Photoshop, then check out the link in the description. Use discount code ERMI for $100 off. ERMI is what Ella calls an ermine, which we went super viral with this year, taking photos of. Check out the link in the description if you want to learn wildlife photography or videography. And let's get back to having fun with Ella. So in my downtime, I'll typically just kind of get some photos edited. I just made a reel on that whale. So yeah, right now baby's asleep, and I'll just see if I get a couple photos edited and Right now I'm doing a couple of the drone shots from this morning. All right, so I kind of cheated a little bit. It's actually the next day. I went to bed really early last night, tired. Today, I pretty much rained all day. It was pretty miserable. It was my wife's duty to put the baby to bed tonight. And when she did that, I was like, man, it just cleared up. So I'm gonna head out. And I got lucky with some nice lighting. Got this little Barrows golden eye over here. It's not doing anything too exciting, but I did get a couple cool shots that I think might be okay. So if they look good, here's what the photo looks like. Be careful for me. All right, it's a little loud because I'm next to a waterfall. My friend Scott is in his 60s. He climbed down there. I was like, I'm not going down there, but I want to get out tonight, maybe see if I can come into some wildlife encounters. I mean, this is a pretty cool looking waterfall, but I don't know, man. That's a tough one. I'm not a good hiking person. I'm not a real hiker. See myself falling to my death there. That's a no for me. Man, he's down there though. That's insane. I'm 260 pounds. I did it. How am I gonna get back up? I did it. I got to the waterfall. Man, that was scary, I'm not gonna lie. I get so nervous going steep surfaces. I grew up in New Jersey on boardwalks and beaches, so mountainous terrain is still foreign language to me. So back in 1995, a plane was flying through here right below Pyramid Mountain, and unfortunately 4 lives were lost that day. I believe it was 4. 4 lives were lost that day. First thing I noticed when I first moved here are these crosses, and I never knew the story behind it, but now I do. A plane crash came through here. I always had a dream of capturing a bear at these crosses, and when I first got my very first wildlife lens, I actually did get a shot of a bear. It was right where I'm standing right now, and by the time I stopped the truck and got out, it was like in the woods back here a little bit, so it wasn't the best shot, and I just ever since then dreamed of getting the perfect shot. But that is for another day. All I know is, man, I'm excited that I was able to get down to that waterfall. It looks really cool. A little sketchy, but it wasn't bad once I got down there. It was just that little bit of drop. Day in the life, well, it's really a weekend in the life of a photographer in Kodiak, Alaska. And there's some nice lighting right now, so we're gonna go ahead and just see if we can find any wildlife, any more compositions for some landscape shots. Nice clouds this other way too. So I took those waterfall shots without a tripod, and I brought the Canon R1 with me. I shot as low as 1/3 of a second handheld. Now I would like bring it up to my eye or rest it on my knee or something and just take a bunch of shots and hope that 1 or 2 will be sharp. So hopefully, one thing about this Canon R1 is it's tough. Like, I brought this camera down with me. I was using it, I was holding it against the ground to like climb up objects and stuff. And honestly, this thing is tough. And I think one of these things with the Canon R1 are bigger bodies or expensive bodies that are made for this kind of stuff. Hiking with them, getting them dirty, using them as a tripod support or like a support for yourself or getting off a ledge or something. So if it rolls off a mountain or something or a cliff, I do have a little L bracket on here. I would prefer a cage, can't find one, but I like this setup with the R1. It's really nice. It's not too heavy either. This is a salmonberry blossom. And believe it or not, I've actually never eaten one, so let's try it. Hopefully it's not poison. Ah, that is pretty good. Hey, that's not bad at all. Alrighty guys, well I just got home, had a pretty good day, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to end it here. That's all I have. Check out my masterclass. It's going to be linked below in the description. Use code ERMY, E-R-M-Y, at checkout for $100 off. And if you guys want to see some alive gray whale, check out this video right here. My last flight with the Mavic 3 Pro. Thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one. Subscribe to the channel.